Today we're gonna be exploring the coldest inhabited town on Earth, here in the far east of Siberia. And it's hiding somewhere here in the east, alongside the border of the massive Sakha Republic. I mean, just look at the size of this region in Russia, known as the Sakha Republic, which is known as probably the coldest area in all of the world. And also, it's like the biggest republic within Russia. And I mean, just look at the size of it. It's almost as big as like all of Central Europe. Actually, it's probably bigger. Just look at the size of it compared to Europe. But despite that, only 1 million people live in this absolutely ginormous place. But we're not gonna pay any attention to the major cities in this area, which are more famous, like Yakutsk here. We're gonna go here towards the east. Zoom in here. We're gonna find what is known as the coldest town or village in the entire world. Oymyakon. I don't know how to pronounce that. I have no clue how to pronounce this, but this is supposed to be extremely cold. Only around 500 people live in this place, and it can get as cold as minus 70 degrees Celsius in this location. Today's video, yeah, we're gonna look a little bit on this place and its history, as well as some of the regions in the area, because there's a lot of different locations around this place. Let's look at some of the pictures of the area. I mean, first of all, what is this? Some type of bull statue, some monument, I guess. Do you see what this is? This is actually the monument towards the cold record in this village. We often have similar monuments like this up in northern Sweden, in Lapland as well, actually. But no one has even come close to minus 71.2 Celsius. That is absolutely ridiculously cold. There's some type of other village here right next to it as well. No pictures. There's a school here, Oymyakon school. Man, look at this. There's some children going in the Oymyakon school, the coldest school on Earth, basically. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of children going here. This is really cool. I've seen they have this in Siberia, these like frozen fish markets. They just leave all of the raw fish and meat outside. They don't even put it in a freezer or anything, because they don't need to put it in a freezer, because, I mean, the air is just a freezer. Oh, this is some type of like thermometer, I think, which they just have alongside the road, so you can always see how cold it is outside. And look at this dude. He's just like holding his clothes that are frozen solid, that are completely hard. And here we have some dude who with a thermometer showing minus 52 Celsius. Yeah, it looks pretty cold. And this is what it looks like from satellite view. They have a pretty nice river here alongside. I guess they probably fish here a lot. I would expect the fishing here to be absolutely amazing, considering how in the middle of nowhere this location truly is. This right here is the Road of Bones, which is basically a highway which goes all the way from the capital of the Sakha Republic in Yakutsk all the way to the city of Magdan. Like, this town actually it isn't even alongside the road. I suppose you could probably drive from the highway. Yeah, here we see a road. This is probably just a really bad like dirt road or something. I think it actually ends up going towards this main highway in Russia. But I'm surprised it isn't even alongside the road, because this village probably has existed for a really long time, because it's inhabited by natives. This isn't like a gulag town or anything. These people have just genuinely lived here for a really long time. Here's some type of monument we can see here on Street View. What is this? Oh, we have some pictures of what it looks like. Here's a drone shot of the town. I mean, yeah, it looks a lot smaller than I expected, actually. Here is the monument once again. More images of the town. This hat and everything near the monument. It must hurt to be outside when it is cold outside. I don't think I've ever even been in minus 50 degrees outside, and it gets pretty cold in Lapland in Sweden. And this is just like next level. It is 20 degrees colder. That is crazy. And look at this guy. Check out this dude's drip. What is this? Is this like the Sensei Wu of the cold? Or is this just like their equivalent of Frozen Elsa? Like Frozen Elsa has let herself go. Like, what is this beard, Elsa? What happened? And I like these signs. They have these signs all over Russia that say like I love and Oymyakon. Oh look, the natives have domesticated reindeer here as well. We have this in northern Sweden, in Lapland as well. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone sledding with them, but I know people do that up here as well. I mean, the nature is probably really beautiful. I mean, if you can experience it, because I mean, you won't be able to get that much nature, because you'll just get frozen solid instantly. Here's some Russian dude chilling alongside the minus 71.2 monument once again. I mean, this guy is aura farming once again. A lot of aura farmers. I mean, what are these shoes everyone's wearing? They look so thick. Probably just to make sure that you don't get your toes frostbited or whatever. I mean, are these some traditional native houses? They remind me a little bit of like in Sweden, in Lapland, we have this thing called lappkåtor, which are basically like native houses built by the Sami. No, no, my video is ruined. There is no street view here. That's actually really sad. I hope there would be. But luckily I have a saving to this, because there's a lot of street view right next to Oymyakon in these towns alongside it, because they're actually equally interesting. So let's go and check out some of the other areas. Now you might be wondering, why is this location so insanely cold? Well, it's not just that it's really far up north, because areas like up here in Scandinavia, I mean Lapland here, I think it's further up north. If you enable the map mode, which allows us to see the Arctic Circle, you'll notice that Oymyakon isn't even above the Arctic Circle. What? It's not even in the Arctic! And look at this entire area of Scandinavia is way further up north. Even though it's so much further down south, why is this location in Scandinavia so much hotter than this location here? Hot ocean current kinda boosts up, makes the coast a lot hotter. That is especially the case up in Scandinavia, because we get buffed from the Gulf Stream, who heats up all of Europe. Oymyakon, they don't get anything like that. Reason number 2 why it's so insanely cold here, if you look at all of these mountains surrounding the town, I mean, here's mountains south of it, here's mountains north of it, there are some mountains here. It's not only is this thing landlocked, but it's kind of like in the middle of this surrounding mountain valley area type thing. Cold air gets trapped in this area where this town is located, making this insanely cold in winter. We have some town here called Yuchigwe. Let's check out what goes on in Yuchigwe. Well, it's snow, kind of like I expected it to be. I mean, we don't have a street view in Oymyakon, but we could probably get the vibe of what it's like by just looking at this. Surprisingly, the snow isn't deeper than this, but I suppose people have just like gotten rid of the snow, or maybe this is early in the season. No, this is in February. I feel like the snow should be deeper, but I suppose people have just like got rid of the snow with machines and stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty rough. I mean, the houses look kind of normal. I guess this isn't on permafrost like other places in Siberia, so the houses, they don't look that weird, out of the ordinary. Bro, this is the same street crossing sign we have in Sweden, I think. Some street views alongside this river. I wonder what this river looks like. This must be a great location for fishing. Man, what is this? Oh, it's some dude on a four-wheeler out there. But I noticed there was another street view just a little bit further down here. I wonder what it's like for the animals. Like, are there many bears here in the area? Or like, when does it get too cold for even the bears? I know that bears, they hibernate during winter, but I wondered, like, does it get so cold at one point that even the bears struggle to actually like hibernate during winter because it just is too cold? I mean, the river here looks really beautiful. We got all these banks and everything. This must be a good river for like fly fishing. I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing it. This must be a great fly fishing spot. We got this area here as well, a place called Tomtor, right next to Oymyakon. I can't pronounce it. I still can't pronounce it. It is so hard to pronounce. I'm sorry. I'm butchering it every single time. Tomtor, way easier to pronounce. Why is there more street view in this town and things marked? There's no way more people live here than this location. This is like way more famous. I've never heard of anyone talking about this. What is this? How many people live here? There's not even a Wikipedia page about this location. Yeah, this also looks pretty cold. Here's some type of like church building. This is what it looks like. I mean, it doesn't look like the coldest place. And yeah, here's another monument. Yeah, Tomtor. They have a separate monument. Minus 70.1 degrees Celsius was measured in this location. This is some type of like cold museum, it looks like. I know a lot of places like that exist in Russia, I guess. Some type of tunnel. I hear some type of World War II monument, I think. And once again, there's like ice sculptures and stuff in this cold looking tunnel. Yeah, and here's another World War II monument. Man, Russia really likes their World War II monuments, the Great Patriotic War monuments type stuff. What is this? Is that once again another monument? No, this is a picture. Do you see that? That's a picture of the Mongolian frozen Elsa. Or actually, I don't think they're Mongolian here. I don't think they're Mongol. They're Turkic. Yeah, they're like a Siberian Turkic. This cool looking van they got. The river. I mean, I'm surprised the river isn't like completely frozen solid, considering this is in February. But this like fog looks a little bit weird. It's almost like this is a hot spring or something. I don't know. Okay, we have some local Russian man in 2015 going to this gas station. I don't think you can charge your Tesla here. I'm sorry, I don't think it's happening. Is this another gas station? How many gas stations do they have in this small area? I saw some more street views up here. Yeah, here's a street view in the middle of the town in Tomtor. Okay, where are we? Is this someone who just took a street view photo of their house? I mean, it's a pretty chill looking house, but yeah, it looks absolutely cold. Here's that World War II monument from the other side. Man, imagine having like a World War II monument like right outside of your house. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, all the houses look pretty similar. Here's also some type of monument. Bro, why does this guy have his house just dripped out with World War II monuments? That's crazy. Okay, let's go to the next one. I saw there was a street view here as well. Alongside the monument, right? Oh, what is this? This guy is just dripped out with cold drip. I don't feel like it's a good idea to be bald when it's so cold outside. You need every single piece of heat you can get. Whoa, look at this cool monument. This is the cold monument in this town. 71.2 degrees Celsius. That is absolutely insanely cold, dude. What? And there's a globe or something. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking monument. I don't think I would want to be sitting here on this bench in this temperature. Who is this dude? I don't know. Anyway, this is a pretty cool monument. Let's move on. Imagine how good a hot coffee tastes in a location like this, or hot chocolate must hit different. Yeah, this looks like a cold location just from the inside. Man, look at all the beer they got going here. Here's the hotel. Okay, what does it look like? Bro, what is this magical, like, Turkic shaman, frozen Elsa looking dude? He's everywhere around this area, dude. Is this the hotel? It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks pretty okay. I mean, the bed sheets must be insanely hot in a location like this, that's for sure. Post this must be the local food. I guess drinking cold drinks must not be that popular in a location like this. I guess hot drinks exclusively in a location like this. I mean, this looks pretty good, actually. What is this? I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty nice, actually. Ooh, is this in the area? Beautiful mountains, four-wheelers. I mean, this is like a must if you want to get around in a location like this, I suppose. This, they got some fluffy horse looking good. Here we have the monument, more fluffy horses. These look like Icelandic horses, but not quite. I don't think these are Icelandic horses, but they look similar. Oh, yo, look at this catch. Do you see what this is? This is an Arctic char. This like native Turkic guy caught a really beautiful char. That's a good char. I've never caught a char that big, dude. That's an impressive looking char. I'm kind of jealous, not gonna lie. I guess the fishing, as I said, must be really good in a location like this. Another monument in this area, a monument with two horses here. No, this isn't a monument. This is just a thermometer, a public thermometer to show how cold it is outside. It's another hotel. They got two hotels here. Oh, what? This hotel is dripped out. Is this some local Russian lady? They're driving here with the Russian flags. Yeah, this food is actually looking pretty fire, not gonna lie. I don't know what this is, but there's something like fried. Is this like fried fish or something? It looks good. Like, this looks pretty nice. Hey, these two look Russian. She probably is native here to the area. Wait a minute, this guy isn't Russian at all. Look at his registration plate. It says Romania. This guy has seriously driven all the way from Romania towards like the Far East in Siberia. Man, that must have been taken like a week or two. Like, that must have taken like 2 weeks. He has a Dacia, of course. He's Romanian. Of course he owns a Dacia. That's the most Romanian car ever. Yeah, they do have some type of like ice sculpture museum in this town. I want to see more pictures of that. What is this, bro? Here's the sign of the city. Tomtor. Tomtor. Because the P in Russian is pronounced R, by the way. Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking. I know that the natives in this area, they eat like frozen raw fish. Weird Siberian sushi. Okay, cool looking monument. More fish. I'm surprised there's so much like pictures of this town called Tomtor, but not the actual place we started out on. Yeah, here's the monument with the horses. Here's some type of like museum, right? Yeah, here is the ice sculpture museum, right? We got some ice sculpture outside, the monument from World War II. Is this what the museum looks like from the outside? Oh, this is a really cool looking ice sculpture. Yo, look at this nice view from this mountain we're on top of. There's the town of Tomtor, and it is absolutely majestic. Look at this. Whoa, is this the ice museum we're inside of? It looks like we're underground, actually. Because I suppose they probably have this underground to keep it even frozen during summer, because otherwise this would just melt if it was on the outside. But by having it underneath the ground, you can actually conserve the cold temperature down here, even during summer. We have a lot of stuff like this as well up in Lapland in Sweden. We got a lot of like ice sculptures and museums looking like this. Oh look, this is a bear pelt. Oh, this must be the entrance towards the ice museum. Pretty cool looking door. Another picture of a dude chilling in the bed in the ice museum. Wait, pause. That's a mammoth. There's a mammoth, bro. What? They just got a casual mammoth tusk inside of this museum. Not bad. That's pretty cool. This is the biggest lake in the area. Oh, we're in a drone shot of the area. Yeah, you can just see, look at all these mountains. The entire town of Tomtor and the other place which I can't pronounce, which is the coldest town in the world. I still can't pronounce it, okay? I'm just gonna skip trying to. I'm just gonna give up. Okay, so here we have essentially like a massive mountain range surrounding the entire area, trapping all of this cold air in this like valley. And man, look at this. This is actually a really big lake. I mean, the fishing in areas like this must be absolutely great. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Like, the fishing in summer here must be so good, because it's just so out in the middle of nowhere. You don't have to compete with anyone over the fishing. So because the fishing is so untouched, this area must be really good. Okay, we're going down. Where are we? Oh, finally we get to see a picture of what this place looks like in summer. Okay, we got some dude with a GoPro on his helmet, driving around with these bikes. Yeah, this looks like a pretty cool looking bike area. You get to be alone, you don't get to be disturbed driving around on your bikes here, except maybe from a bear. Like, you know all those like GoPro videos where people like drive around with their bikes in the woods and then they run into a bear? I feel like that is exactly what would happen on a location like this. This river must be so good for fly fishing. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about. Fly fishing here must be insane. But anyway, let's read a little bit here on Wikipedia about this town of Oymyakon. Yes, I nailed the name. I totally didn't. Oymyakon is the coldest permanently inhabited human settlement on Earth. And apparently it means the unfrozen patch of water. Here on the geography tab, it explains exactly what I was explaining to you. That Oymyakon has two main valleys besides it. And these two valleys trap wind inside of it. And that is why it gets so insanely cold in this town, despite not being that far up north. So the history of this town begins during World War II, when they built this airfield essentially to be able to receive supply from the American Lend-Lease coming from Alaska, so that they could supply the Soviet army in the Eastern Front. The population of today has completely just dropped off from what it once peaked at. Only 462 people live here, but at its peak 2,500 people lived here. That's a lot more than I expected to live in this location at its peak. That is actually insane. The picture we couldn't see in the street view, a monument from the Great Patriotic War. Seems like a lot of people actually served in the military from this location, surprisingly. Imagine being transported all the way from your hometown in this area of Siberia to fight in the Eastern Front. That's a long journey to travel. Here we have finally the explanation of who this is. This is Ayas Ata, Turkic mythology, dressed as the Shusarhan, the spirit of cold in the Yakut mythology. Okay, so now we know that this isn't actually Frozen Elsa, even though I thought it was Frozen Elsa with a beard. It is some type of mythological cold creature. I get it, let's go. And here we have a local man. Bro, what is this picture? Who uploaded this picture to Wikipedia? This is like the most Russian picture ever. But anyway, that is everything we get to see about the coldest inhabited town on Earth here in the far east of Siberia. If you like this video, check out another one, and I'll see you in the next one.